Saunders.
Hey.
What can I say? What can I say? Look, is it just me? Or am I the only person that's really nervous about coming out of lockdown? I mean, I've spent the last 12 months living in solitary confinement on the old yacht. I mean, I'm more institutionalized now than when I was in the military. I feel more institutionalized than a member of the royal family. It's got a profound effect on me. I've developed COVID Tourette's. The other day, I ended up finding myself watching the chase and I was screaming at the contestants because they were all sat too close to each other. It took me 5 minutes to twig onto the fact I was watching a rerun from 2018. I can't even bring myself to watch Dexter now. I mean, all those graphic scenes of murder and mutilation, that's fine. It's the fact he's not wearing a fucking face covering that's scaring the shit out of me. I mean, what's happened to the world when you see extreme acts of violence and the only thing that's going through your head is, they're not obeying the 2-meter rule. And then a few days ago, we were suddenly permitted to have 2 households sit in a garden and have a barbecue. So guess how many barbecues I've been to? 0. No, not a freaking one. Who's going to invite the isolationist boat gypsy? They're just going to assume I'm going to turn up with 6 Richmond sausages and maybe a couple of cans of warm Carling. I mean, that makes me about as attractive a guest as a wet fart in a hot tub. No, it's cool because I'm allowed to play tennis and basketball on my own. Just what I wanted, to look like a 5-year-old geriatric slapping his balls against a garage door. Here's a tip, Boris. If you're going to work out how this lockdown helps people's life, how about putting something in it for single people? Rather than assume that every marital breakdown just means you're automatically going to shack up with the next blonde you've got pregnant. Oh, and I'm dreading Monday. I mean, everybody else is really excited about the fact that beer gardens reopen. For me, that's financial hell. On Monday, I now get the choice to pay 3 times as much to drink on my own. and what am I going to look like? I mean, prior to COVID, you saw somebody of my age sat alone at a table on his own. You'd be there going, watch the weirdo, loser. I'm not going to be a loser. I'm going to be a loser squared. Not fun. I've stolen a table so your family can't sit at it. And because I've got an assistance dog, you're going to assume automatically that I've just borrowed a dog so I can groom your kids to some form of pedo. I'm loving the way that people are automatically allowed to make assumptions and generalizations without any form of evidence. It's like all these people complaining about the vaccine. I mean, these are the people that were complaining about face coverings. There are a bunch of chimps out there telling you that there's a microchip in the vaccine. Hang on. If they really wanted to track you, why on earth are they going to make their lives even more complicated by insisting that you cover your face? And then there's all these muppets saying it's going to change your DNA. I'm sorry. Did your grandparents suddenly turn into chickens when they had their flu jab? I'm sorry, I'll be a nerd about this. I'm sorry, but you are made of DNA. The virus is made out of RNA. One doesn't change the other. That's like saying you could suddenly become a Russian by having a shot of vodka. You're allowed You were allowed to put aviation fuel into your car. It sure as hell isn't going to make it fly. Pity sake, people. I've had my jab and it was fine. But given my PTSD, agoraphobic tendency, the scariest part was the walk there and back for that jab. I mean, I live in COVID Gosport. Walking through me jab, I felt like I was walking through the set of Resident Evil. Maybe the fact that I was wearing Mila's mini red dress was a factor in that, but I'm going to take my pick wherever the hell I am. But, and also, why is everybody getting really excited about nail bars and beauty salons reopening? I'm single. I'm scared enough about getting close to a woman again. I'm already scared that she might give me COVID. Why, ladies, are you suddenly going to become more attractive to me because you've had talons attached to you that would make Wolverine feel inadequate? And ladies, you are gorgeous creatures. I love you. But those of you that dye yourself the same color as something I expect to find in my fruit bowl, I know I need my dose of vitamin C, but I wasn't expect to get it by licking the stains off your pigging towels. Am I the only person that's been really pleased to see real eyebrows? I mean, microblading? Ladies, why am I going to find it attractive to find out that you've been repeatedly stabbed in the lower forehead by a GCSE dropout with a tiny knife covered in ink? Then they turn around and say, mid-May, we're allowed to resume international travel. Are you kidding me? I've not left this gene pool for the last 12 months. I mean, when I take the Gosport ferry to Portsmouth, that's going to feel like international travel. I mean, if you force me to go to another country, I am going to be wearing a full biohazard suit and spraying everybody I meet with freaking domestos. Come the 17th of May, I'm going to be allowed to have a date in the warm. And when I say a date in the warm, I mean at a cafe, not what you're thinking. I may be old and I may be out of date, but even I know it's inappropriate to try and crawl in the second you've met somebody.
Are you sure?
Well, I'll give it a damn good go if she lets me. Us singles have only ever seen other singles for the last 12 months via dating apps. I'm fairly certain the first human woman I go on a date with is instantly going to try and swipe left on my face and expect a better looking bloke to turn up. I mean, if I like her, I'm going to have to prevent myself from pressing her belly button thinking I'm giving her a super like. Oh. 21st of July, I'm not worried about that. I mean, I've got agoraphobic tendencies. What's the big change on the 21st of July? They're going to reopen nightclubs. I mean, have a look at this. I mean, how the hell is that going to make any difference to me? I mean, if I went to a nightclub at my age, 2 questions will be asked. Number 1, why is that taxi driver standing so close for his pickup next to the dance floor? Or, he's the most overprotected granddad ever known to man. And what are the women going to think of me? They're going to find me about as attractive as a tampon made out of wire wool. I, You boys might be wincing, but the ladies in the room hate me even more than that. And ladies, I do apologise. I do apologise because my original image was going to be a tampon with 6-inch nails in it. So let's try and make the girls feel a little bit more comfortable and explain it to the boys. It's going to make me about as attractive as washing your nuts in Lynx aftershave. And then sliding down a banister made of barbed wire. So anyway, we've got to come out of lockdown, and we've got to try and be careful because we don't want lockdown number 3. Yeah, we equally don't want to cause the next epidemic. Right? More than 13 months of lockdown, we are better get ready for the chlamydia outbreak. So you've already got used to the concept of hands, face, and space. So when you've had a few jars on Monday, when the beer gardens reopen, if you do get lucky, just remember the motto: if you're going to shag it, bag it. You've been fantastic. Thanks so much. Thanks, Project Recce, for giving me the opportunity.
Brilliant. Woo! Super. Well done, lad.
Well done, mate.
Well done, Sailor.
Well done.
Thanks for that, Jay. I bet you can't wait to put fully vaccinated on your dating profile like one of them adoptable puppies.